Hey, it's Dave Gerhardt. I spent my career in marketing going from PR intern to CMO, and now I spend my time running Exit 5, which is, in my opinion, at least the world's best community for B2B marketers. If you need a place to connect with your peers, get feedback on your work, or just make new friends in marketing, you should go and check us out. It's exit5.com. You can learn more.
All right, marketers, grab your overpriced standing desk and that oat milk latte you love so much, because welcome to Notorious B2B, the only show where we treat LinkedIn drama like breaking news and expose the real B2B marketing sins.
Yeah, think of us like SNL meets TMZ, but for the people who argue about whether gated content is still a thing or not. I'm Task Bober, B2B landing page nerd and lovable troll on LinkedIn.
And I'm Tim Davidson, the guy making TikTok-style videos and cutting fruit on LinkedIn. Together, we're cutting out nonsense and roasting the most ridiculous trends in B2B marketing.
Because if we have to suffer through another 10 things getting engaged taught me about B2B sales, we're taking you all down with us.
Let's get into it.
This episode is brought to you by our friends at Vector. You know them, the ones with the cute little ghosties in the feed, aka your favorite marketing team's favorite ad targeting tool. See why at vector.co. We're kind of like plaid and stripes
You're
today.
wearing straights. Yeah, you got like that Kaufman's look going on, though.
The what look?
The JCPenney Kaufman's look.
JCPenney.
No. And so...
What?
My mom used to work at a Kaufman selling makeup, and she would always, so she had to wear the lipstick, and then like I'm assuming that's like a nice feeling shirt.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the Kaufman's look.
Tell me more about your childhood. Were you a funny child?
I was large.
Large?
I got bullied.
Wait, really?
I weighed more in 7th grade than I do now.
No.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. So maybe not 7th grade, but like 9th grade at least.
Oh my gosh, we need to put
bullied.
pictures up because I was a chubby kid who was also bullied.
I don't have any of those. What?
You don't have pictures of yourself at that age?
I don't think so. No.
Ah, dang it. Yes, you should find some.
I'll try to see what I can find. But yeah, I was larger, so I had my go-to was jokes. So that's all I had.
You know, they do say that like the funniest people are the ones that went through a lot of trauma. So you and I have been fucking traumatized as children.
I mean, I wasn't like traumatized. Like I had a
Oh, okay.
family.
I'm sorry,
like,
but you're
I
very
didn't live in
privileged life.
the freaking.
Huh?
I didn't live on the streets or anything like that. Like
I
was very middle class, but very true story.
Ooh, tell me.
2015, I was scammed out of like $3,000. It was very dumb on my part if I think about it. So I was in college, and so I was living in England at the time. In college, I had like no money, like everything, like I'm broke at this. I have no job, nothing like that. I'm going to college though.
Trauma.
Yeah, but the year before that, before I went, I basically paid my way through college selling things on eBay. Yeah, and that worked really well.
I feel like there's this whole part of your life that we all need to learn more about. Okay.
So I was looking for jobs, and I found this one job that said, they were looking for eBay sellers, and I had a bunch of like reviews and stuff. So they were looking for accounts that had a bunch of reviews. So the whole gig was basically is essentially drop shipping. Like they gave me the pictures of the camera and the description copy and all that, and I would basically post it from my account. But the way it was set up is I'd post it, it'd come from my account, someone buys it, they pay me, and the gig was I would have to then pay the company, the seller, and then they would ship it. What happened was person paid me, I paid the company, and I kept my like $400 kind of like fee. Because these are like high-end cameras. Yeah. Kept my like $400 fee. That was going to be my money, which is awesome. I get like that was the whole thing. I get a percent of it. Yeah. They never shipped the thing.
So you had to refund these people.
I had to refund the person $30 or so, and I had nothing. And they were gone. They were gone. And so basically, but the whole thing is, so I got scammed out of it. I had to so PayPal, which is where the money goes through. Like they were all over me. Like they were trying to hit my credit and all that. I ended up getting bailed out by my parents, lovely.
Oh, that's nice. That's that middle class.
Well, that's the funny thing. It's not like they had that money. But where the revenge is, for a long time, because I had their email, I would put it in anything that would be spammy. Any like Jehovah Witness thing. There's tons of things. If you look online, there's tons of ways to troll people like this. Any business email, anything that's like home advisor, where you get like tons of calls.
Yes.
And all that stuff. I'd put their email in over and over again. I end up finding the website, and I like looked at like who is, and I found the phone number, put that into home advisor, all these websites. So they've got all these spam calls. I created a domain and didn't hide the information and put their information on it, so that they would get a bunch of those like website developer calls.
Oh my
I don't even know if
God.
they got any of them, but I did this for a long time. That was my way of getting back at them.
Wow, the rest of us are playing checkers with revenge. You are playing chess.
It was brutal.
I'm so sorry that happened to you. And then I'm sorry for all the stuff that happened to them after.
Probably nothing. They probably just
nothing. They probably just killed the number. They were like, why do I keep getting all these robocalls?
Probably. It was probably fake everything anyway.
Oh my God. Wow.
But we got a docket today.
We do have a docket today. Thank you for listening to another tale in Tim's financial history. You've had a lot of these interesting anecdotes about your life.
I haven't made the best decisions in life, I would say.
I feel like I would have done the same if it wasn't for my husband. At least that's what he says, but maybe true. I'm a little more impulsive than he is, so he probably did keep me at bay a few times. Like, he would have never approved me buying the friend thing, and you still haven't gotten it, right?
I did get it. So quick update there.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay.
Was gonna like play around with it. I did all the setup, and it really felt weird. Like, I did not like just listening in all the time, and I started getting a little freaked out a little bit. So I was like, all right, let me settle down, let me just put it back, let me charge it, all that stuff. And since then, it hasn't worked. Won't turn on. So again, it has not turned on once. I've tried to reset it, I've tried to do all these things, just not working. So I got nothing. And then when I did my rounds on Reddit of people that have had it, and I'm getting rid of the thing. I don't want it. I don't want it anymore.
So is it a bad product, or is it that you got freaked out?
I got a little freaked out. I just don't. I can't see myself using it that much anyway. Because at first I thought it was gonna like talk to you, like if I asked.
Yeah, talk back to you.
It's really a friend. It's supposed to be a friend. It's gonna give you like snarky remarks and stuff, and like it's gonna like listen in and like kind of remind you on stuff. I don't want that. I don't want that.
Oh, you don't want it? No. I thought it was like, even the convenience factor isn't great, because it's this necklace that's on your neck, and then you talk to it. It listens to everything you're saying, but then it only responds on your phone. So then you're just on your phone more. And I just feel like it might be an unnecessary step, an unnecessary friction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and look, I'm not a privacy person. Like I know like Alexas are listening in, and my laptop and phone stuff. Like, this just feels like a next level. Like, if I'm just wearing it all the time, it's gonna be listening on everything I do.
It feels more like surveillance, right?
Yeah,
than a friend. Yeah.
And I started to do more research on the company, and I found out that like part of the bad rap is like they spent 95% of their funding on the domain name friend.com. No, friend.com. Some like bullshit like that. Yeah. It just doesn't seem like a good. I think they just got a bunch of funding and they just.
Wow. Talk about bad financial decisions. I feel like that's on a grander scale than.
I wonder how much. I tried to find how much
incident,
but it was not available. Like, I couldn't find the cost of it, I don't think.
Insane. Okay, we do have a docket today. We always think we're going to cover everything in the docket, and we don't, because we spend 15 minutes ranting about something, and this is about the time people all drop off. Yeah, what? How much?
Sorry, 1.8 million on the domain.
Holy shit. Was that really 90% of their funding then? 95%? It can't be. You know why? Because they did 1.8 on the domain, and then they spent another $1 million doing the ads around New York City. So it was a lot. But it's a lot. 1.8 million is a lot to spend on a domain. Like, we would have gone friend.ai or something, you know?
You shouldn't. Like, you shouldn't be spending that much on a freaking domain.
Yeah.
Unless you're Elon, who has $1 billion to spend 11 million on XAI or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, or X.
Totally.
No. It says Friend only raised 2.5 million in funding.
Oh, so they did spend a good chunk then on advertising and the domain, and that was it. Not enough on product development, as we can tell.
70% on the domain, 72%.
Yeah. Why? It doesn't. This is the other side of like spending too much on brand.
Yeah. Key investors include Caffeinated Capital, Pace Capital, and Founders of Philona. Caffeinated Capital is hilarious to me.
Why?
It's just funny.
Like a hilarious name, or you know them?
No, I just think it's a hilarious name. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go to the docket, starting with this interesting thing. So as we know, Clark Barron is back.
Yeah,
and he's back. And he's obviously been posting a little bit. And he posted a couple of ones yesterday. It was a couple of them at the same time, right? Or was this one first or whatever?
This was a couple days ago. This is 3 days ago.
This was 3 days ago. He did post one yesterday, but basically he's taking this angle of, you know, how much are companies actually tracking you if you do visit their website, and is it done with your consent or with privacy in mind? For those that don't know, Clark is he actually specializes in marketing around the cybersecurity space, and so this is like very much in his niche. He did post about Sendoso yesterday, eventually took it down, and we had one message that was like, hey, do we know why he took that down? I don't know if this is important or whatever. And I'm like, no, but I actually did talk to him about it, and he ultimately said, in more words than what I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, he got a lot of messages like, oh, but we love Sendoso. And so he did take it down because of that, which was, I guess, nice of him, but not that he, you know, maybe wanted to. But this is the one that he covered 3 days ago. You want to take it? You take it.
I just find it surprising they took that one down.
I am surprised. It is very not on brand for him, whether people message him that they like a brand or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's not like Sendoso's like a, you know, not for profit. Like it's still a for profit company. People like them,
but you know, maybe that is the power of brand, because a lot of people know a lot of people who work at Sendoso. They're very public on LinkedIn. You know, some past and present members. Like, I'm a big fan of a few people who work there. And so it was funny because because when he did post about it, I messaged him yesterday and I was like, oh, you're taking Sendoso down now, huh? I was like, but they're nice. I actually was one of the people that messaged him about it, but I never thought in a million years, if someone said, bet me $1 million that Clark would take a post down, I'm like, over his dead freaking body, would he take a post down? So I am pretty surprised that he did that.
Me too. It seems like he had a series going. I just hope he keeps going, because I am curious.
He does have a series going. So for those that are listening, he has a series going about what I mentioned, which is what websites are tracking us. He said he did it for over 100 companies. And now I don't know if he's going to post about every one of them, but here is the post that he did about Warmly.
All
right, let's go, Tim. I'm ready.
Warmly. Just de-anonymize me without my consent. Here are the 171,738 receipts.
What? What receipts? Okay, keep going.
Oh, sorry. Let it go.
Sorry.
Okay. I never submitted a form, provided my email, clicked the cookie banner, identified myself in any way. I just visited their website. Hey, Clark, looks like you were exploring Warmly. Warmly engages high intent leads and triggers instant outreach, no manual work. Open to a 15 demo. Best, Sarah. Business development representative, Warmly. P.S. If you don't want to receive my email, just let me know. Well, Sarah, I didn't want to receive this fucking email, but
wow, nice emphasis there.
Not bad, right? Oh, by the way, Sarah's email received from, I don't know what this means, but
some like kind of code.
Yeah, some sort of like IP address or something like that. Location, Central India, Azure
data center.
I know. Time, 11/18/25. Okay, Sarah, you want to know why I was on your site? I spent the last week reverse engineering the visitor de-anonymization industry. I've analyzed 887,000 lines of evidence from vendors like RB2B, Warmly, Koala, Clearbit, 6 Sense, and 15 plus others. I just documented your entire operation. 170 plus surveillance vendors, 48 complete tracking scripts, 887,000 lines of captured evidence, 36 working detection signatures built, 142 MB of HAR files across all vendors. On Warmly's site alone, 9 different surveillance marketing vendors loaded simultaneously. Most were competitors. Interesting. 800 plus tracking events from PostHog, 171,738, this is the receipts part, lines of network traffic, and 34 session replay quests, all before I even identified myself. People are already sick of this shit, and the AI SDR army just hit critical mass. The issue at hand, in reality, isn't the tracking, it's how companies are weaponizing it. So now, dear friends, it's time to tell you what I've been building. Blackout in bold letters. Not an ad blocker, not a VPN. He's building something. He's surveillance detection and blocking platform for B2B marketing. Stop getting pitch slapped by sites you visited. Block the vendors that feed AI SDRs. Block visitor ID vendors in real time. Kill tracking before they capture your data. Prevent de-anonymization before it happens. See exactly which vendors any site use. Is that legal? Yes. Capturing public network traffic is like taking screenshots, and they know they can't pull their client-side endpoints and documentation because they couldn't sell it or participate in the giant data co-op clubs. Roadmaps moved up. I need testers. I'm pissed. Let's fucking go. Tell me about how the fuck did they know stories in the comments. Kind of blew up, but the best part, the Warmly CEO did respond.
Oh, what did he say? Oh,
I got a slide deck.
For those who are just listening, Tim actually put a slide deck of the comments. This is great. This is great. I love your dedication and initiative here, Tim. This will go into your performance review.
All right. So Maximus Greenwaldy, all lowercase, the CEO of Warmly. He says, Clark Barron, hey, looks like in the case you were identified because you filled out or partially filled out a form on our website last night. My logs are showing you your user session input for emails and the phrase "cas de bleu." See the attached screenshot. You probably just keyboard.
Yeah, you just put some stuff in there.
But nonetheless, you bring up an important discussion on compliance and privacy for website identification because we do identify folks beyond form fills. As CEO of Warmly, and yes, we specialize in compliant de-anonymization waterfalling, our data providers all sign industry standard DPAs with us to ensure compliance. This means they subscribe to the opt-outs in places like California opt-out website and on our website to where you can opt out. Happy to intro you to the privacy/legal team for our data providers if you want. Our providers don't do person-level de-anonymization in Europe to comply with GDPR. It's more nuanced in the US, but it is legal. Our vendors live intent look at already placed cookies, fingerprint data, and IP addresses. To be clear, we do not place a cookie in your browser without your permission, respecting all Chrome, Safari, but our vendors can still de-anonymize in visuals. And then he shares a screenshot of, I'm assuming is kind of his
Clark's logs.
Clark's logs. Interesting. Yeah. And Clark responds.
Oh God. He responds in a post or a comment?
In a comment.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, these are long comment. These are long.
Oh my God.
That's probably why you're asking. We won't read the whole thing.
It looks like a post, but okay, it's a comment. Okay.
He says, Maximus. Holy shit, Max, you're literally handing me the smoking gun. You're capturing every keystroke users type in the form fields in time, not just from submissions. Hell, I guess I don't even need to do any more research. Those CEOs are so arrogant, they'll just hang themselves.
Whoa.
Up. Look at what you captured, Max. Look at it. Partial email addresses I typed, the test string, blah, millisecond precision, blah, blah, blah. He's basically kind of rebuttaling it. This is way beyond you filled out a form and you know it. We do not place a cookie in your browser without permission. Oh, save the horse shit for somebody that'll fall for it. You tracked every keystroke across multiple sessions without my consent. Let me introduce you to my legal team.
No, he said introduce your legal team to these. Oh. Yeah.
And then it's all these like kind of federal wiretap act codes and stuff like that.
Oh, shit.
There's a couple of people that kind of chimed in as well.
Okay.
Connor from I don't even know where they're from, but they're growth marketing leader. Clark Barron, you know that literally every form service captures partial entries, right? And it's not keystroke logging. What you're seeing to the millisecond is when the server registered the input. That's not the same as keystroke logging. All right, so people. Maximus comes back though. Oh. Maximus, CEO of Warmly. Yes, we've reviewed these with our team to be safe and continue to monitor all applicable privacy laws. But in case you were missing anything new, please do let me know, and I'll flag it to the team. Have you seen session replay companies like PostHog and Amplitude? We offer some of the ability for session replay to just like them. If you choose to come to my site and type words into my website and you're notified in the US with a banner that says, by visiting my website, you're consenting to my privacy policy, blah, blah, blah. So honestly, after reading all these comments from Maximus, he's been very cordial, by the way. I will give him kudos there.
I was actually reading through this and I feel like he is very open. I was just thinking this morning about the right and wrong way to take feedback. We have covered some founders or some CEOs who have not taken feedback very well. I will say that he's actually handling it well, where he where he's opening up questions, right? Like if there is something like, yes, I've reviewed these that you've provided to me with the team just to be safe. And, like, let me know if I'm missing anything. I'll flag it with the team.
Yeah.
There is a lot of stuff in here, which like I understand a little bit more just being in charge of like website and digital stuff and like having to do all of this. Like I was the one who was setting up cookie consents and like all the different levels and stuff. So yeah, I'm sure you have the thing, but anyway, keep going. But yes, I agree with you that Maximus is being cordial and professional in the interaction.
Clark's not having it though.
Oh,
He basically says this is back and forth is pointless. You and everybody else are on your side of the fence and can spew bullshit about legal gray areas. Keep covering your ass and deflecting as much as you want. Here's the bottom line. Nothing about the legality of your company or others like it changes the fact that people hate it. So long story short there, it does sound like it's just gray area. It's not actually illegal when he says it's gray area. And he's saying, I'm not doing this because I think it's illegal. I don't give a shit. If it's legal, Max. Oh, Max. I'm doing it because I can.
Yeah.
Fair. Maximus comes back. Again, he's being very cordial. He's says
still okay.
Understood. And I appreciate how you drive the conversation forward and hold everyone accountable for doing the right by customers, end users, and privacy advocates. In college, I interned at the U.S. Federal Trade Commission doing privacy research, focusing on protecting people from harm. So he definitely believes in the mission. My mission is to help my customers find new customers via warm leads, not cold leads. Available anytime. Here's my email. And Chris, see, he was cordial. Look at this.
Yes.
Chris chimes in. Chris Arden, fractional CMO, says, you just earned a new customer with this reply. Love it. And some other Chris says, well, Clark, it's his mission, so it's totally cool. And someone just added something, a YouTube video.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey there, Jess Cook, head of marketing at Vector here. And anyone who listens to Tass and Tim on Notorious B2B is a friend of mine. So I'm going to hold your hand while I say this. Native targeting is filling your funnel with ghosts. Wouldn't you rather put your ad dollars toward, I don't know, people on your website, clicking your ads, researching your competitors? I know I would. Vector lets you build ad audiences from those exact people. Unlike native targeting, which gatekeeps that shit. Only letting you pick like some titles and industries and then just trusting them to show your ads to the right people. Boo. Okay, rant over, go to vector.co and get your ad audiences right.
So, you know what's interesting? I, again, was having this conversation with my husband yesterday about something unrelated, but he was telling me about being critical of someone's work. And I said, yeah, that is 100% fine to challenge someone's work. But I do truly think that there is something to you catch more bees with honey or whatever, right? Whatever the saying goes, delivery matters. And I think people are forgiving of mistakes and missteps, but they watch more for how you handle them. And I do think that usually, Clark may not even get a response when he does this and does the calling out and stuff. We haven't seen a lot of companies like really rebuttaling, or if they do rebuttal, it does become this like boxing match. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, I'm actually very impressed with how Max has handled this throughout the whole thing and clearly got a customer out of it. So it continues to be seen. Well, as far as we know, they say that. But even just that social proof saying, hey, you got a new customer here or whatever, he'll recommend them to the clients, whatever, right? But what are your thoughts on this?
The privacy stuff, I can care too much. I don't care.
You don't care.
Track me. You can track the shit out of me. I don't care. I really don't.
Yeah.
I wish there was no cookie consent thing. I would rather click one cookie one time and be done with it. I don't want to ever see that box again. So that part, I don't care. The research, I love research. All about the research. I love how I actually like how the CEO responded. I thought that was good. And because it really doesn't seem like it is illegal. Yet. It's more a gray area. And Clark's doing his thing.
Yeah, Clark's doing his thing. Just like you don't care about privacy, I do think that there are a lot of people who do. 100%. I agree with you that every website cookie consent management is tiring. And actually, it's funny because I saw so much of it in Europe, so much more of it than I did here. It was like intrusive almost, but I get it. The other thing is, as a person who's had to implement this for many companies over my career, Clark is correct in the sense that the scripts and cookies that we place are not always very well monitored. That's also one of the reasons my last company even exists. One of their tools is in the tag management space and kind of did a lot of this like auto-magically put in these places. But we had to have, I can't even tell you how many meetings we had that we'd sit around a round table and go through tool by tool and say, is this a marketing one? Is this a necessary one? And then argue sometimes with legal or InfoSec on whether Google Analytics should be in the marketing bucket or should it be in the necessary functions bucket. And legal would be like, well, it's not necessary for you to have website analytics. And we'd be like, yeah, but it's not only for marketing. It just tells us, not down to a person level what that was. And that's essentially how we would divvy them up. Can they identify by individual person or IP or some kind of personal identifiable information? Then it would go into these different buckets. So yeah, he's going to do assessments on hundreds of websites and he's going to find that things are categorized wrong. Even if you do hit accept or only necessary, sometimes the necessary scripts can also hide some marketing related scripts. But if you go to any website, and I use like Wapalizer is my tool of choice, that I can see all the scripts that are running on any website. It's just a habit. I've done it for like 10 years now. It will tell you all the scripts that are running. That doesn't mean that those are the scripts that are tracking you. It just depends on what you've selected. So, there's going to be all sorts of scripts on every website, all sorts of cookies, but whether they track you or not, and how, I don't know how you would know. So there are two sides to it where it's like, I get his point, but also it is kind of one of those things that's just like part of being on the internet in the US, So I guess you could buy Blackout if, I don't know if he's using it as a paid thing or it's just like he vibe coded, unless he is technical, but he created an app that's like, an extension of something that you could just block all the scripts entirely. It might lead, I don't know what the intricacies are, but it also might lead to some functionality issues if you're going to block everything too. So hopefully he's taking that into consideration.
Whatever happened to like the whole cookie thing? Like I thought they were going away in like 2024.
I think we're moving in that direction, right? Like it's no
been
longer
like that
third
for like
party
5
cookies.
years.
Yeah, well, some things move a lot slower than others. It's like when we all said, oh yeah, we all voted, we got rid of daylight savings time, and it's been 2 years where
When
it's
did we do
continued. Yeah, it's been like it passed and then we apparently got rid of it and then nothing happened after that. We still continue to change the freaking clock. It's the third time since I heard the news that we've changed the clock. So like, yeah, anyway, it's clearly people who came up with daylight savings time didn't have children because it's a nightmare.
They got money writing in it, clearly.
It's a nightmare. Okay, all right. Well, TBD on more to come, but good for Warmly for the way they handled it. Clark, continue on your mission. Do your thing. I'm interested to see. I'm sure there's going to be a good pocket of people who are like into what he's doing with Blackout. It's a cool name for what he's doing, so good on him. All right, let's move on. The next segment is
Let's Noodle.
Let's Noodle. Yeah.
Okay, so this was an interesting story with Clay's leadership and branding thing. So for those who are just listening, I'm going to read a post by, when you get as big as Clay, you become this situation where people love to punch up, they just want to punch up all the time. So this guy, Steve Travaglini, he posts, Clay is imploding before our eyes. Slow motion car wreck, in my opinion. Watch these 2 recent videos in the comments and try not to cringe. So what's my take? It's super simple. A lot of people made a lot of money very fast and their egos have taken the wheel. Tale as old as time. Company raises a huge $100 million round at $3 billion valuation. Tons of secondary sales. Not always a bad thing, by the way. But now the CEO is acting like he's King Xerxes. Xerox?
From 300.
From 300. The creative team is fanning the flames as they go all completely off the rails. What a company focuses on tells you everything about where they are headed. Calling it now, within 18 to 24 months, that company is going to look very, very different than it does today. It's a great reminder to us all when success comes, it requires real discipline, focus, and character to maintain or remain scrappy, gritty as you build for customers. And then he has an image from 300 of like the enemy king or whatever. I think he was like the Turkish king in that movie. Great movie, by the way, for multiple reasons, not just the 300 shirtless men. Okay, anyway, so I actually went and watched one of these videos. So one of the videos is the Clay co-founder talking about how he did 4 dinners in 2 hours across San Francisco, and they made like kind of a fun video of him, running around and talking through how like one guy used Clay for his divorce and automating a lot of his like line items and things that they were splitting with their wife. And then, yeah, so that was one funny thing. And then the other video was talking about cannabis connoisseurs have rolling papers and GTM has Clay. And it talks about like the art of rolling a perfect joint. They called this New York Times bestseller and editor of Snoop Dogg's best-selling cookbook, and then just talked about like the art of the roll, and they're all smoking in this video basically. So definitely very edgy for B2B. Like we think Notorious B2B is edgy for B2B. This is like, this, especially the joint one, very edgy. Okay.
Well, I think it's a play on the 70s show.
Yeah, like they're all going around the circle and then talking through stuff. So a lot of like pop culture type stuff, like behind the scenes, like look at how fun and cool our founder is, that kind of thing. But obviously there's going to be people like Steve who are like, dude, this is not what you should be using your money for and focusing on. And yeah, obviously he didn't get as much clout as those videos got coming from Clay. What are your thoughts on this? Do you agree with Steve or don't agree with Steve? Or is he, is he being crazy? And then we'll dig into some of the comments.
So Steve, what Steve is doing, he's been drinking a lot of the haterade.
Haterade.
Okay. I think he's just drinking the haterade and he's just hating on what's technically like a quasi competitor. Because if you look at his company, it's called Win Rate. It's basically finding the best fit accounts for whatever sales, marketing. It seems like it's a very similar kind of competitor. It's I'm quite positive he's just I mean, you're making it's very quasi competitor.
He's aura farming, rage baiting.
Yeah, and to be fair, the video about that kind of emulates the 70s show one where they're smoking the weed and all that.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a lot of people that don't like that in the corporate world.
Yes.
So actually, I feel like if he's looking for feedback, if you started with that video on the post, you might have got more engagement. I feel like he would have got, because there's always two sides of everything, right? Like I see it and I'm like, I think Clay's doing the thing. They're having fun. They are doing obviously well. They're talked about a lot. Those posts got a lot of engagement. Like that's just awareness, right? It's just content. On the other side of it, some people are gonna hate that. They want to be more business-like and they want to see weed and all that stuff. And you're gonna attract those people. The game, it always works. Like there's always gonna be people that don't like that. I just feel like if he started with that, like, because that was just a polar opposite, might have been done a little bit better. I don't think the 300 thing did well.
No, the 300 thing did not do well. Also, because like that's not the most famous person in 300, so like you would actually have to pay attention and be like, what are you talking about? And
looks like AI also. So
looks like AI. It just looks like some kind of like random meme or something, whatever. Here are some comments. Basically, a lot of support for Clay in the comment area. So we have my buddy Aaron Morrissey who said, "Your loco, bro. They are creating new content formats and always innovating with their product." Colin Majak, product marketing at Sybil. Both of these pieces of content made me feel endeared towards Clay. And like it or not, that connection plays a huge role in folks' buying decisions. Dom says, "I have a feeling this guy is just rage baiting for the sake of it." And then you can see Connor Lewis, my other buddy, who's like, "All I see is 2 videos that performed well and didn't feel like the corporate bullshit I see billion-dollar companies shovel at us all the time. Terrible take." Brendan is in here and he goes, "Okay," replies to Connor and says, "Okay, I'm all for calling out companies, but have gotten over their skis and the written copy is cornier than the video. But like these videos are dope as fuck. Also very cool getting Noah to do a workshop. Huge fan." And then there are other people, I mean, outside of the AI comments that you're in here. And then there are other people who are saying, okay, like these videos feel like an edgy teens Facebook post. This is wild. It feels like WeWork money in 2017. All sorts of stuff in here, right? Like back and forth. But I'll tell you one thing, which is a couple of days ago, I posted about the spiky POV, the generator, right? Here's the thing is like, in order to really stand out and do stuff, you kind of have to take a risk. It's like we took a risk with this podcast, right? I remember talking to people and saying, what kind of format should we have for this podcast? And I remember quite a few people saying, well, what do you guys want to be known for? And if this is what you want to be known for, then fine. And that's also how we approached the one company takedown episode that we did. And we decided not to post it because we didn't want to be like, we're shitting on someone for an hour.
Yeah.
But we would like kind of talk about stuff. Are we calling companies out to the extent that maybe Clark is? No, like we're kind of just talking about the things that we're seeing and our opinions on it. But it is still risky. It is not the traditional like interview type podcast. But I will say this, the companies that tend to do well, especially on LinkedIn and create a lot of noise, are the ones that aren't afraid to do things that are out of the norm. And the norm for B2B is so boring that you have someone who's like talking about weed and stuff, like you're going to get polarized takes, but people who love you are going to like love you. And the people who hate you are probably going to hate you, and that's okay. But you're making a very intentional decision to be like, this is, take me as I am. This is who I am. Same thing with Gong. Gong does like a lot of funny sales meme type stuff on their company page, but it's grown them quite significantly doing stuff like that, being funny. But some sales leaders might think it's unprofessional.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of taking a stance, and people are going to love and hate it. And I think with that, they accomplish something, because there's a whole side of the internet that's like, this is disgusting. And this is so 2017 Facebook teens. And then there's a whole other side that's like, yes, finally something memorable and different. I love it. Great. So I think that I'm team Clay's advertising in this sense, but no surprise there, because, it's me. When I did my talk in Amsterdam, after I finished, both my husband and Connor were like, dang, you swear a lot. And I was like, yeah, because like, fuck it. That's who I am off stage, then that's who I am on stage, and it shouldn't be any different. And you can educate and be a little rough around the edges at the same time.
Yeah, and I don't know. There's also just the bubble. Like you see those videos and you just assume like, oh, maybe the CEO is edgy. He's probably not. He's probably actually like fucking heads down grinding.
Yeah, and it was just a
16 hours
fun
a
video.
day, and then you just had a fun, because he didn't fucking record it. He didn't do all that stuff on his own. Like there's people in it first, and then there's also people recording and people editing it. He didn't do all that.
No.
Like he was just in it. Yeah, he posted it. Great. But like
silly.
I think it's a case of the haterades.
Haterades. Okay. Next. LinkedIn influencers back at it again. What happened here? Who did what? What do we do now?
I'm sick of the lying. Oh, I think, and maybe it's not a lie, but it's a 99% exaggeration. That's what I would call it. That's what I would call it.
Okay.
So I saw this. Set the stage here. Homeboy, Tim Denning here. He sells a book. So his first comment is his book he's trying to sell. But his post starts off with this. This is the classic influencers take here.
Okay.
The Uber driver who out-earned my director's salary. And he worked 30 hours a week while I was dying for 80. It's a long post. I'm not going to read the whole thing.
Okay.
But he basically goes and say, he met this Uber driver who took him to an airport. Turns out this Uber driver was a former tech executive, VP of operations, making $280K salary, stock options, the whole Silicon Valley dream. But now he's an Uber driver. He keeps saying this guy's an Uber driver, by the way.
Okay.
And he said, I had to ask, like, why'd you leave? Why'd you do this? And he said, the Uber driver said, I finally did the math. VP salary was $280K. After tax, that's $168K per hour. If I'm working 80 hours a week, it's $40. His Uber income is $70K. But he wasn't just driving Ubers. This is where it gets freaking annoying. Okay. He also has rental properties that makes him $85K.
Okay.
YouTube channel that makes him $15K. Day trading that makes him $120K. Consulting that makes him $60K. Total $380K, working 30 hours a week. So I want to take you back to the first line here. The Uber driver who out-earned my director salary. No, not the Uber driver. No. The Uber driver and 5 other things. That's like saying the podcaster Tim Davidson makes $500K a year. Wrong. I have a business. I won the Lotto 18 and I'm still getting $100K a month. Like all those things. This is a lie. It's not a bold-faced lie. It might be a 99% exaggeration, but to say the Uber driver who out-earned my director salary and he worked 30 hours a week while I was dying for 80 is a lie. It's an absolute lie. I hate it. I hate it so much. And this is also why I hate it. Because it also got 2,777 likes, 455 comments, 171 reposts. First comment, entrepreneurship looks different in the world. TimDenny.com. Here's my book. All right, done with that. Done.
This episode is brought to you by our friends at Smoke Ladder. Now, if you're an agency or consultant, then you know the drill. You have a new client in a new category. You've spent 3 hours drowning in research and you still have no idea what this brand does. Well, Smoke Ladder fixes that. Within minutes, it gives you a full breakdown of any brand's messaging, target persona, design, category benchmarks, and even their competitors' vibes. You'll get insights, clarity in minutes, and it's like having a team of strategists, but without the slacks and without the salaries. Try it for free today at smokeladder.com.
I hate it.
So yeah, it's not a lie. It's just 20% of the truth, because if he's doing 5 things,
1% of the truth,
then 100 divided by 20, 100 divided by 5 different things that he is. The math is 20%, but I see what you're saying. Yeah. So it's only partially the truth. And yes, it's 100%, a Beatty post, right? He knows how to write a hook. And this is where the hooks get out of hand, is when we start to do this, where it's like, we know this works. Someone has tried it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to claim it confidently as an outright statement, but then no one can call me out on it, because later in the post, I'm going to tell you the real truth about this. Yeah. How many followers is this? Because I've seen him around LinkedIn, right? He's like a decent deal. Tim Denning.
Got like 100K or something. Okay. Like that. It's like, yeah. Oh.
How many people you think are quitting their jobs and going to work with?
It's 582,000.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Nah. Okay. This is why I hate. This is why I hate it. This makes no sense. Because I'm going to read through more of his posts.
Oh, there's more.
No, I don't know if he lies all the time. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure there's some stuff like that. When we get into the LinkedIn, we talked about all the LinkedIn houses, like Game of Thrones, all the different kingdoms, and the LinkedIn bros, like 200K plus followers, all the ones that are selling the funnels and the writing on LinkedIn, like, all the meta LinkedIn shit. Like, I'm running a consultancy that's selling LinkedIn writing, and I'm writing about it on LinkedIn to tell you how it's working. That's essentially all the bullshit he's doing. These guys are the ones to watch out for, because they have a certain style with how they write. I've worked very hard to not see them on my feed. I can't tell you the last time I saw like Justin Welch or that Yasmin guy or whatever on my feed. Like, it's been years. Now mine's just full of AI slop, that's besides the point. But I also noticed this like other trend, which is like over the weekend, I was almost going to screenshot and send you to, because I saw them almost like within 30 seconds of each other, 2 people who had posted about themselves being in the hospital, like on the hospital bed, fucking oxygen mask, like hooked up. Actually, it was 3 now that I think about it. One person was in there because they were burnt out. Another one had like a skin surgery or something like that by his eye, posted that, like with the stitches and everything. And then another person, I know 2 out of these 3 people, which is why I didn't do it, because I'm like, okay. And then, the other person was just like in the hospital for whatever reason. I didn't read the post, but I'm like, everyone was in hospital gowns. So like they were literally in the hospital bed posting. And I was like, have we really come to this? Have we come to this? And the answer is yes, we have come to this now. Like the algorithm is so bad that this is what we have to do. We have to lie, cheat, signal for, pity, victimize ourselves, maybe like on purpose, like I'm gonna put myself in the hospital for a post. That would be too far. That would be, but not beyond some people. So,
well, think about that though. On the hospital bed, nurse comes in, they give you like the little juice thing, you have to pop it open, like it's like the peel back. They give you the food, like they take the food away, they just, put in, I don't know, a shot, and you're like, what can I do right now? What can I do? LinkedIn. Let me get a selfie.
I guess it isn't that different than like I went to lunch with Chelsea Castle, who just moved here back to Columbus, and I took a picture with her and we want to post it on LinkedIn, which I haven't done, but now I'm like, okay, perfect. That's a good Sunday post. So it's like that, but I don't know. It's like kind of weird. I mean, I'm thinking about posting on LinkedIn. Obviously, I post on LinkedIn all the time, so I'll always look for content opportunities, but I'm not like, yes, I'm in urgent care. Perfect opportunity for me to post something on LinkedIn about it. I told you that I fainted on the plane on the way to Europe, and I actually wrote out the LinkedIn post of like what had happened to me on this plane, that I just fucking collapsed. And then I was like, no, there's no like takeaway from this other than, hey guys, just FYI, I fucking collapsed on a plane and it was dramatic and just give me attention. So I deleted the post from the LinkedIn part and instead sent it via text to a few of you to be like, something wild happened to me, but it was actually in the LinkedIn post format. And I was like, I don't need to tell everybody. I'm just going to tell my friends because like they're the ones who are going to give a shit. So maybe I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody, but maybe you should stop yourself and be like, does this add to anything in the world?
Because, and I just found a good example of this, because like there's the examples of like what you're talking about, and like even like the videos, the pictures of like in the nightgown, like that might be easy. You could just take a selfie. But here's where it gets funny, because I just want to walk you through what happens, because I use the tripod a lot. This guy's got a picture here. He's on a laptop, no shoes, no socks. He's outside, like on his whatever. He's stoop kidding it right now.
Yeah. Okay.
The way the angle is, no, there's literally no one just walked around the corner, got on their knees to take the picture.
Yeah, he set
I
it
can
up.
promise you, he took a tripod. So he was probably sitting down there doing work.
Yeah.
Thought, let me get my phone and tripod. Went inside, grabbed the laptop tripod, set it up, pushed the whatever the thing is, 10 seconds, grabbed his laptop again, got all
really quick,
cozy, and then waited, looked down, it came back up, put the laptop down, go grab the tripod. That's exactly what happened in the background.
Just to check that the picture was taken.
He probably did it 3 times. Yes.
Did it a few times.
It's hilarious.
We're kind of embarrassing as LinkedIn people, right?
To be fair, I've done stuff like that, like airport, put the tripod way far away, walk by it with your fucking bag. I get it. I've done
walk
it.
with your bag.
It's the classic travel thing. Like I've done it. Like I get it. I'm not debating that, but
you're not lying. You're not like, I saw this dog at the airport and the dog ended up being, was like really hungry. So I gave it some food and then I realized, oh, the dog is the interviewer or whatever. Remember that story? It's like, it's just like something stupid like that where it's like, okay, now you're just making shit up to get some clout and people are actually buying it. That's the worst part.
Yeah. And this guy's probably great, but all of his pictures are of him at like a park. He's definitely setting up the tripod with his kid every single time and then thinking about a LinkedIn post. It's really funny. And they could just be regular pictures.
Oh, wife.
Again, he's probably a good guy. He's probably a great guy. No problem. But the lying, can't have it. No more.
No, not for that. Okay, what's next? Oh, I love this one.
Ooh, this one's a good one for you.
This one's a good one for you.
This is your thing, right?
Why? Because
aren't you like a landing
it's in
page
my
person?
niche. It's in my niche. While I'm on Notorious B2B, I'm not a landing page person. I'm just a troll. Okay, Minank Minu. Minank. Maybe it is Minank. It's Minu.
Little fish.
He says, just came across this ill-worded SaaS landing page. Is this even legal? I wonder what the experts think about this, tagging them here. And he tags Pedro Cortez, Anthony Pieri, and Alexander Radosivic. Anyone else want to pitch in? Feel free. And he has a screenshot of the SaaS site. He doesn't tell us which website it is. I'm actually going to open it in a new tab so we can see it clearer. It's not a very big screenshot. Also, the white space, it's like there's a lot.
Oh, it's Slain.
Oh, it is. Okay. So the headline says, It says fuck Linear, Asana, Notion, ClickUp. The word fuck, it has asterisks in it, basically censored. And then it says Slain is your new intelligent workspace built for founders, teams, and deep thinkers. Then it asks for an email and it's got a picture of it. And he is asking if it's even legal to not just swear, I guess, but like go up and just say F my competitors, right? And now people are commenting. The first comment is Meenak saying, update. He's removed the stars now. So
Wow.
the person behind this website probably saw this post and he's like, oh, is this too much for you? Okay, I'm going to censor the word fuck
actually.
and italicize it. That is a baller move. So that's what he did. And that was really funny. And then he CC'd a bunch of people on there. Now, and then he's tagging a bunch of people. So obviously there's a part of him that's also aura farming. He's trying to get a lot of engagement on this post. He's tagging a lot of people. He's tagging big people like Anthony and whatever. And then now is he trolling? Like he's changing the stuff. Do you think that's him doing it?
I do think it's him because
now
the website
him, right?
now is not unless the slain person saw this, didn't like it and changed it. It's right now it doesn't show that.
What does it say?
It just says your workspace reimagined, which is fucking terrible, isn't it?
It's terrible. It's a far cry from the initial one that he's saying. Now, do you think this initial one was fake then, just to get some rage bait, or
you know what? I got it.
You're gonna go a new way
back at the machine.
Yeah. So Anthony just says ha wild and tags his team in there. And then Rob comes in and says, hey, I love this sharp angle, but what's lacking is a clear defense of why this would be better, i.e. where do Linear, Asana, Notion, and ClickUp suck specifically, and how does Sane close these gaps, which is a fair point. Very professional response of him and also very true. And then Minank goes, excellent point raised. If you post a good headline, you should be able to back it up. He wrote this below the fold. He keeps saying he. So does he know this guy? And he goes, he wrote this below the fold. Does that count? And
it's real, by the way.
Okay, it is real. Okay,
so got one yesterday, actually.
Okay, so the initial one was real, and then the guy probably saw this post and then just kept changing it. But
well, one thing that was different though, it says 1,000 plus people on the wait list above it. It did not say that on the image. The different image.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Okay. So this guy says, so he posts it below the fold. He has like one workspace, endless ways to focus, and has some use cases in there, which again, I'm looking at the use case. I'm like, in my professional opinion, not enough to like stand out, but we're not gonna go there. But Clemence. Yeah. She and I.
Her, huh?
Yeah, I like her. Anyway, she goes, babe, are you okay? Your homepage says the future of productivity is here. It's giving intern found the headline generator at 4:59 p.m. on a Friday. And so that's what she was seeing on her end when she went to the site. So she's obviously talking to the Slain people. And then Colin's everywhere. Colin Majak's here again. He goes, this is truly wild, but I don't hate it. I think it stops the scroll. The problem is that the H2 doesn't explain why it's better. So all the product marketers are coming in and saying, you can claim whatever the hell you want as long as you can back it up. And I think that's the part that is different. Someone else is asking, the SEO and AEO at Intercom is asking, why would it be illegal? And Minank says, I don't think companies like Slack or Intercom's legal team would allow such a change should their marketing teams want it. And Jason says, yeah, but that doesn't make it illegal, which would mean you could be arrested or cited for it. I mean, you could sue someone for like libel, but would it always fly in court?
That's not lying.
No, libel, Libel, as in like slander. You're just like, you're talking shit. But if he was claiming something that was a lie,
exactly,
then you could sue and say something. But if you're just saying like, F that guy, it's like, okay, I have a hater, but whatever, get in line. But there's no legality around this, at least not in the US. I can't speak for other countries.
You know what's interesting? I see F ** K, Linear. I never heard of Linear, but Asana, Notion, ClickUp.
Yeah.
That alone, I did know that it was a project management software.
Yeah, at least it told you who they were up against.
Yeah, like that actually, I didn't have to read anything else. I just knew because of that they were a project management software. And
then it would have been,
it's effective.
It is effective. It would have been stronger with why,
Yeah.
like, and not the standard why, like, oh, we're much simpler. Like, okay, what does that mean?
Cheaper.
You know what I mean? Cheaper. Yeah, something like that.
I mean,
like,
if you are, yeah.
we're way cheaper, whatever, out of the box, whatever. Those kind
It's
of
definitely
things.
better than Workspace Reimagine, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah. So TLDR, you can say F your competitors and it is not illegal. You just better be able to back it up.
I like it. I'm just gonna say it. I like it.
I mean, as someone who swears like a sailor, to quote someone, swears like a sailor, obviously I also like it. I would take that over all-in-one revenue generating platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a wait list too. It looks like they're not even, live yet, just to get, I know. Who knows
as we've determined, people lie about things.
Who
So
knows?
we'll see. Okay, let's rapid fire the next few.
All right. Ooh, I thought this one was interesting though.
Okay.
I thought this one was very interesting. We've talked about pricing quite a bit over our lifetimes, at least.
In the other podcast, The Marketer's Exit, coming soon.
Yes, but I think we just talked about it in general in life.
Yeah.
But Stan, from the head of growth at Default, said he basically did a test. Like last month, I removed pricing from my pricing page and nothing happened. Not even a drop in conversion rates. Here are my top 3 insights. Loudest advice is not best advice. Basically saying, because everyone says you need pricing, it turns out you don't if demos did not drop. 2, test the right hypothesis. I went in thinking that if I removed pricing from our pricing page, our conversions would drop. Successful test meant that there should be no impact on conversions. The upside in the experiment meant higher ACVs, shorter deal cycle, and more pricing experimentation. But if I went in thinking no pricing equals higher conversions, I'd had set myself up for failure. Measure, number 3 is measure more than you need. Interesting insight that I got, removing pricing, I got 20% more engagement on the pricing page. People were reading the page more carefully and trying our interactive demo more. I wish I set up more event tracking on the page, specifically to see how people engage with each element before booking a demo. But the heat maps show more engagement. Best practices aren't always best, but you won't know until you test. Shows a kind of an image here showing where he removed pricing versus not, and demos actually went up. Or it looks like there's just no impact on conversions, at least. I thought this was interesting because I actually don't think it would impact conversions. I don't think that's what pricing or not pricing has an impact on. I think it's more of like more tire kickers if you don't have it.
Yes.
But I'm curious what your thought there.
I mean, okay, obviously we're in the B2B world. I would say about half, if not more than half of companies do not show pricing, right? This is pretty standard. I would say all the companies I work with only half show pricing. And so it is pretty standard. The only problem, as he had mentioned too, is like, okay, conversions, fine. It has no impact on that. I don't know how long their sales cycle is. He said that he's had this test on for like 3 months. And there's other things like deal velocity, pipeline creation, and like the tire kickers, the quality ICP. Like if they're a $30,000 product and you might actually even have an increase in conversions because people are curious. They're like, cool, I like this product. I want to see how much it costs. I'm going to find out. I'm going to submit this form and figure it out. And then they find out that it's not in their budget range and then they fall. You're just going to have maybe a lot more conversations, but they're going to be a lot more shit conversations. So it looks like their pricing is $650. I see a picture from G2. It says default pricing overview. There's a free trial component, which we're going to get back to that. A free trial component and then the pricing right here that says see pricing. Okay, if you have a free trial component, I feel like then maybe, your conversions aren't going to drop. People are just going to take you up on the free trial. But I would be curious to see what free to paid conversion percentage looks like after. I see meetings booked as something that he's tracking. So these are probably for the enterprise. But I mean, like I said, you could probably get more conversions. And this is why I'm like, the goal should never be more conversions. You should be having more quality ICP, quality conversations, quality people coming in, even if it is at a lower volume. And I think that's where we start getting into issues here.
I'm guessing you didn't like it.
Why it's back on?
Back. I mean, right? What? Am I wrong here? Scheduling seats, $20 per month. Routing and scheduling, $45 per month. Like pricing's on here, right? Like, or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Am I missing some stuff?
At least a range from $500 a month platform fee. Interesting. So I guess it's back on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. So interesting. Maybe the next day it just didn't work out well.
Okay, what are the comments that this person has had on their post? Because if it's already back, what did you comment?
This guy, he was like, I'm curious how your demo to opportunity stage rates perform since removing pricing. Because basically the question is like, yeah, I don't think, demos or anything like that would actually drop. But the question is like, how does the ACV actually like, or not even that, but just like the quality?
You asked what I basically theorized when I said it to you. And what did he respond with?
He said, no, he says there's almost no impact on win rates so far. Maybe it's too soon to tell, but it seems like there could be a small effect, lower win rates in our lowest ACV segment. Hopefully we can push those accounts to self-serve. And then someone else came in and said, when we started showing pricing on the website, we saw an instant drop in conversions, but the quality was way better because non-fit leads disqualified themselves, which is exactly what I would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the other comments were just like kind of questioning that. Or, some other people were saying like, it's only been a month, you need some time. You got some, bootlickers that said, oh yeah, don't trust what everyone else says. Yeah, kind of mixed bag here.
Okay, so
Hook.
I don't know what his sales cycle is like for people to convert to paid, or if they do or whatever. I think he's right in that it might be too early to tell. If the average sales cycle in B2B is like 200 days or something like that, and you've been testing for 90, you're probably still seeing a lot of the residual from the marketing and tests that you've done the months prior. So he's going to see the effect of this probably in like a couple more months.
Yeah.
Is where he's going to see it. Yeah, he's already turned off. Like, actually, I don't want to wait that long. I don't want to wait. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to write a post. This is going to be my hook. So everybody watch out. It's going to say, showing pricing will decrease your conversions. That's like literally.
I'm already writing that post. So.
And no, shut up. And then the second line is going to say, and that's what you want. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Okay. Next, do not write that post before me.
Definitely doing it right now.
Okay.
Big prompt energy.
Big prompt energy. Okay. Let's try to rapid fire this. We've been going on way too long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this one?
Okay. All right. So another one bites the dust. I was actually going to do a TikTok on another one bites the dust and say like POV, another AI company, bites the dust.
Well, yeah, but this one, I wouldn't even say that, but they shut down on purpose.
Oh, they shut down on purpose. Yeah, you're right.
Let me take this one. All right, I'm taking this.
Okay, you're going to take this one. You don't trust.
Get out. So no one did bite the dust. They might have bit the dust.
Self bit the dust.
Self-dusting. Yes. Self-dusting. We'll go with that.
Okay.
But I liked it because it was I feel like it was noble.
Okay.
That's what I would go with. Okay. Benjamin Howie says, I'm shutting down Lorelight. Here's why. A few months ago, I launched Lorelight, a geo platform to help businesses improve their visibility in ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity. The tool worked, some customers' results, but I'm shutting it down anyway. Why? I realized something that probably should have been obvious from the start. There's no such thing as a geo strategy. Separate from the brand building, for the large majority of brands at least. Here's what actually gets brands mentioned in AI responses: quality content, mentions in authoritative publications, strong reputation, genuine expertise. Sound familiar? It should. It's the same stuff that's always worked for SEO, PR, and brand building. After analyzing hundreds of AI responses, the pattern was clear. AI models are trained on the same content that builds your brand everywhere else. There's no shortcut, no hack, no specialized tool that can replace the fundamentals. Which made me ask, why am I building a tool for something that doesn't need a tool? The truth about geo, what works for geo is what works for overall brand building. That's it. You don't need a geo platform. You need good marketing. So I'm refocusing on French together, where I've spent 10 years building a brand the old-fashioned way, creating quality content and providing genuine value. Basically, he shut down whatever this, I'm assuming he vibe coded it, maybe, possibly. Started selling it, decided geo's kind of made up. It's kind of a fad. Let me shut it down. I kind of like it. It actually kind of blew up too. 1,743 likes, 199 comments, 167 reposts. I like it.
It's, yeah, you don't see this often. We've covered a lot of posts where people have shut down companies because LinkedIn's taken them down, or, some companies shut down revenue stuff, whatever. But I do like that this guy's like, hey, I noticed that we actually don't need solving for this problem. The interesting thing is there's probably a lot of people who maybe saw this and they're shivering in their bones a little bit, because there's been a lot of thought leadership, quote unquote thought leadership on LinkedIn related to like AEO and showing up in ChatGPT. I'm seeing so many SEO consultancies like, giving advice on how to show up, and then they'll show the results. Like when I type this in, this is what comes up, but it's like, but yeah, ChatGPT has access to your entire history and no two answers are ever the freaking same. And so, it's like, is it snake oil? I don't know. I think people are still in that stage of like, I want to show up in LLMs, but like people who are selling it, like how much can you trust that as well? I don't know. But I do think that like ChatGPT and all the LLMs are sourcing from the internet, which means you will continue to apply the same principles, which is, creating good content, creating visibility, distributing on multiple channels, and then like it might pick you up one time, it may not pick you up the next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just had to check the person's profile just to make sure.
Just to make sure.
He's got like 1,200 followers, so he's not like a influencer. But I can 100% see the other guy that we talked about earlier doing something like this for the engagement.
Yes. No, he seems legit,
Seems
right?
legit. Didn't care.
Legit. Okay. The next one is everyone is very concerned about losing our jobs to AI, layoffs because of AI, efficiency because of AI, all of that stuff. But I think now the new era for humans who are being replaced by AI is coming in and fixing AI. So this guy posted this article on here about the hottest new AI job, engineers to fix custom chatbots. The title isn't sexy, but the role of forward deployed engineer is becoming essential to the AI economy. Companies like Anthropic hire these software developers to troubleshoot bespoke chatbots that often misfire out of the box. The Financial Times reports that job listings across the sector rose 800% from January to December or to September, with OpenAI planning to add 50 FDEs this year. So these engineers work hands-on with high-profile clients like Cox Automotive and T-Mobile to make custom agents more reliable and must meld programming expertise with people skills. So we always talk about AI still needs a lot of human intervention. Now people are being hired for the human intervention part because I told you we're going through this whole full circle thing where it's like, we'll get rid of all the humans and then realize, oh shit, it's broken. We need humans to fix this. And I understand why it's not working the way it's supposed to. We're coming full circle. So maybe I should push my kids towards a career as an FDE.
Is there any like FDE freelancers? I feel like I need one of those. Yeah, I feel like
you need someone.
I feel like I feel like maybe I'm completely thinking of this completely wrong, but like I feel like Lovable, great, right? We start using Lovable.
Yes.
It gets you like 85% of the way, but then you need someone that's a little bit more technical to get like those extra things in. And I feel like a freelancer of whatever this is would be amazing.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe?
I mean, I'm sure. This is
there
a
any
call for freelancer
they're not
FDEs.
active on LinkedIn, so I don't know any of them.
I'm sure you can find them on Fiverr. We'll fix your custom agents.
That'd be great.
You should put out a job posting as a promotion for this episode and just see if there's any freelance FDEs.
It's actually a good idea if you're ever looking for a freelancer at all. I feel like, right? Like
yeah, it'll be a shark attack in your DMs, but you have V's for that. You have V's.
Whatever.
Okay, and ending on a fun note, Cameo. Not for us. I mean, maybe just more for us than anybody else. But in the next string of lawsuits, Cameo is suing OpenAI for using the name Cameo in Sora's features. This one must be personal to you since you're a big Sora fan. Arguing that it confuses users and hijacks their trademark, they frame it as protecting authenticity and creator fan relationships. So you have some additional
Oh, shoot. That's actually, I didn't think about that. I always thought Cameo was what it is, but Cameo is kind of like a Google in the sense that like that's what you Google stuff. So I didn't know Cameo was. I thought that was like a word that described what you do as like you. I just thought that was a thing. I didn't know
like
that.
Yeah, but you just realized that we're using someone's trademark name as a verb.
I knew that Cameo was a company, but I just thought it was like a word that described what that is.
It is though. It is. It's a real word that says small character part in a play or movie, played by whatever, or a piece of jewelry or whatever. So that it is an actual that means nothing. But then the company Cameo named itself after this. Cameo has a new meaning in our generation, but it came from the company Cameo. So it's kind of both. You don't think they have a claim?
No, because that's like me creating a company called Click, and anytime someone says click on anything or like,
That's a good comparison.
Right? Like that's I think that's bull. That's
That's
like
a
me,
good that's a good comparison.
like breathing. Oh, you do anything with breathing? No, you can't just do that.
I'm not going to read this whole post because it's very clearly written by AI, but the summarization is Cameo has sued OpenAI for 8 years. It's become the home of personalized celebrity videos. For those that don't know what Cameo is, you know, hire celebrities or known people to do like record a little video for you and send it over. We did this for some of my kids' birthday parties for like their favorite character to like send a little video. They love it. So now over 10 million magical moments, thousands of stars from Snoop Dogg to Sarah Jessica Parker. They deliver these videos to their fans. And the name Cameo is federally registered. So this is actually written by the co-founder and CEO of Cameo. All with AI. There's lots of emojis here. Your favorite M dashes. Just I can't
There's
even
7
read
M
this.
dashes.
Oh, you're
A
counting.
ton of emojis, and not
Amazing.
just emojis, like the fire emoji and it's like the classic.
The classic
Yeah.
AI emojis. I mean, the post blew up. It's got 1,600 reactions.
I mean, yeah,
tons of
I'd
comments because
expect
it's the Cameo guy. Okay, so he said we're federally registered, incontestable trademark. It's not just a word; it's trust, it's authenticity. Yeah, the reason fans come to us, not AI deepfakes. And then OpenAI launched Sora's Cameo feature, same name, same format, short vertical videos, same stars. But instead of real connections or real people, AI generated likeness anyone can puppet. Customers are emailing our support about their app. Fans are tagging Cameo in Sora posts. Google searches for Cameo now flooded with OpenAI results. Even ChatGPT telling users to message us for Sora help. So he's calling this trademark hijacking and threatens the soul of what we built. We're not anti-AI. We use it for better summaries, search, even Cameo kids with licensed animated characters, but we draw the line at letting a $500 billion giant steamroll a federal trademark that took a decade to earn. So they filed with the Northern District of California. They want to stop the infringement, protect authentic creator fan connections, telling them you can't just trample over us because you're huge. They're really doing this like rah, we are for the creators kind of thing. And then he actually even linked to the full complaint, and he was on CNBC. So yeah, and then a copywriter, the first comment says, "It's killing me that you wrote this with ChatGPT." The irony.
Yeah, that's the part. That is hilarious.
And he goes, and his rebuttal is, "My battle isn't with AI. I love AI. Our battle is with the unlawful infringement of our federally protected trademark in the same exact class."
It's a VA response.
Oh, it's a VA response?
There's no shot he responded like that. It's a very canned answer.
Everybody's commenting the irony of this being a GPT.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, why did you ask them to write the post then? Oh my gosh. So people are like digging in. Yeah. Anyway, so that's funny. Infringement. What are your thoughts on this before we wrap up?
The problem is I am skeptical of things like this because I feel like they're doing it for the press. Like it's a good story.
Yeah.
You're going against OpenAI, who's massive. Everyone knows, like, it's a good story. Like you have not been as relevant since COVID. It's just the truth. But I did look it up. It is trademarked. I am very surprised about that. I'm going to trademark Click. It's going to be great. And I also saw that there was a bunch of like canceled, expired ones. So looks like they did go through a process to get it. So it's kind of like I get it.
Yes.
You're probably mad about all that.
But I think the biggest thing is how many trademark infringement lawsuits actually go to court, and
they don't. They get settled.
They get settled, or do they get thrown out by judges? It's like non-competes. Every company has a non-compete. But if a company actually decides to pursue you for like going to a competitor or whatever, most of those get thrown out because like they're like, no, they got to make a living. No, we're not dealing with a non-compete. So it's more like a scare tactic kind of thing. So I wonder if in this case could actually be a true like PR tactic, because I haven't actually thought about Cameo in a while until it came up right here.
I just think
we're getting real creative with marketing. We're lying.
Oh,
we're filing lawsuits. This is part of the legal-led GTM motion.
Yeah, that's what.
Right.
That's what you do.
Vibe-led and legal-led.
All right, let's be honest. You probably didn't go to school for B2B marketing. I didn't. And that's exactly why we built Exit 5. It's now the top community for B2B marketers. You can learn more about our community and our in-person events over there at exit5.com, or at least join the newsletter. I read every message, and I promise that if you reply, I will reply back. See you over at exit5.com.
Hey, big shout out to Vector for sponsoring and for giving marketers one less thing to swear about, because nothing spikes your blood pressure like targeting that doesn't target. Am I right? Build audiences by name at vector.co. Your swear jar will thank you. I promise. Go check them out. Vector.co. All right, retention.
Yeah, attention rate is brutal.
And that's a wrap on Notorious B2B, where we expose the nonsense and remind you that most B2B marketing is just a very expensive guessing game.
Don't, and post a passive-aggressive LinkedIn poll about it. We'll still find you.
And if you have B2B drama we should cover, slide into our DMs. We accept screenshots, leaked internal memos, and questionable brand rebrands.
Until next time, keep your marketing unhinged and your LinkedIn bio free of the words growth hacker. See you later.
Later, skater.